Hey. It has been a hot minute since I vlogged anything. The last video that you guys saw that's like public is, what is it called? Vlogmas. It's July, so 7 months later, you know, it's fine. Some of you saw my next video was our miracle baby announcement video. I had a family member who didn't want that as like a fully public video on YouTube. So if you want to see that, you'll need to go to like my Instagram. Like I have a link to it if you want to see that. It's where we find out that I'm pregnant. We tell my family. I tell some of my friends. And then Logan and I find out the gender together. And yeah, I didn't add like my family finding out the gender because Logan and I found out by ourselves, and then later we were seeing family in person, and so that's when we did it with them. Yeah, it's a baby girl. Logan and I are really excited. A lot of you know I wasn't supposed to be able to get pregnant at all. Right now I am 7 months pregnant. Am I 7 months? Yeah, I am 29 weeks tomorrow. So I'm almost 30 weeks. It's quite shocking to me. We've spent a lot of time not believing that it's real. Like every single scan that I go in, I still don't really believe it that I'm looking at my baby, because I spent 5 years with doctors telling me that I'm infertile and that I won't ever be able to get pregnant by myself. Obviously, we weren't like financially ready for a baby. We weren't planning on a baby because I just passed 2 years and I was supposed to wait at least 2 years and then I could get pregnant, which I got pregnant right after my 2-year mark, which in itself is like a miracle in general. It's been a little shocking, especially since before we found out we were pregnant, or I was pregnant, we started 2 Airbnbs, 2 of them. So obviously a lot of funds went to that. Those are here in Texas. There's also a link in my bio of my Instagram if you want to book those. If you want to like visit Texas, we'd really appreciate it because then we have money for our baby. This is my bump date, I guess you could say, even though you guys have not seen any, but that's okay. So she's very small. My doctors say that my weight gain has been normal and very healthy, and you guys know I'm pretty good at taking care of myself at this point. Having had cancer twice, I've had some practice. Yeah, I'm good. Like post-cancer, I obviously was very scared to get pregnant because I didn't know how my body would handle being pregnant, especially with like being diagnosed with POTS. You're like already dizzy getting up and down, so to add pregnancy to that just like scared me a lot because I didn't want to obviously pass out with a child inside of me. It's been pretty okay. I don't think I've had a necessarily hard pregnancy compared to other women, or at least from what I've heard, but then again, I've been very like about taking care of myself during pregnancy. As for her, obviously with all of my treatment history, they're watching me super close. So I have an OB, like the regular OB, and then I'm on a high-risk team, or I have a high-risk team. They've been watching me throughout my entire pregnancy, which I'm really grateful for. A, because like I understand why that was needed, but also B, because a lot of women only get 2 scans or something like that, and I've gotten so many. So I get to see my baby very often, like see her develop and grow, which has helped my recognition that I'm actually having a baby and that it's real and that it's not being taken from me. And it's just, that in itself is a blessing that I've been able to have so many scans. In between scans, there was like a 5-week gap, and she was in the 10th percentile, which is very small. And normally when people have been saying, oh, I had a small baby and don't worry about it, and then I ask them how small their baby is, they say 15 to 20%. I'm like, okay. At this last scan that we had, she was in the 3rd percentile. So she's just not growing as fast as normal babies do, I guess. Besides like her size, everything else is normal. Like everything is proportionate for her. She's just very tiny. She's doing all the things that she should be, like practicing her breathing. She kicks like nobody's business. Like she's a hard kicker. She's strong. She's just really tiny. And her heart rate is good. I've done stress tests, stuff like that. But since she moved into the 3rd percentile, I am now being scanned weekly, which is not normal for, like, if you don't know, I didn't know any of this. Usually you go to weekly, I think in your last month. We're kind of on a week by week decision basis, but they may move me to twice a week. So it just depends on how she's doing and her growth and stuff. That's pretty much the update with us. I'm hopefully gonna start picking up the camera more because I do want to document some of pregnancy and like what I've been doing. Oh, also, within these past 7 months, I've gotten my certifications. So I'm now a certified personal trainer. I'm now a certified nutritionist and what's the other one that I got? Oh, virtual coach. Those 3. And then like CPR and AED, stuff like that. But you need those in order to get the other ones. I can show you how I eat in general, which might be interesting coming from a nutritionist. I don't know. People might enjoy that, people might not. If you would enjoy that or are interested in that, you can comment down below and I'll be sure to make that. And then my working out has obviously changed. And especially since I got my certification, I know a lot more. And so I can more focus on specific things that my body needs. So right now I'm working on my performance enhancement certification. So that's like a kind of like a strength and conditioning coach. And then after this one, I'm going to do my corrective exercise one. It's going to be so good for cancer patients. If you want to follow my whole journey, this is my end goal. I want to build a program for cancer patients after treatment so that they can have some type of guidance on how to start healing their body, because I love my oncologist and I love oncologists in general, and they help so much and they keep you alive. But after you're alive, it's just like, hey, we healed, like we cured you, and or like you're alive now and we'll check you again in a year. But nobody gives you like direction on how exactly to heal, because you can't just jump into the newest workout program and the newest 8-week challenge. That's not a thing for cancer patients. I'm gonna build a program specific for cancer patients, which will include assessing yourself, and I'll walk you through how to assess yourself, and then you reassess yourself every so often, so that it's kind of like you build your own program based on where you're at, because cancer patients are also different and the treatment that you got is so different and your goals are very different. So like strengthening your heart, strengthening your lungs, like my treatments were a lot of lung hurting, lung damaging chemos. Like I need to focus on my lungs, especially since my tumor was like crushing my lungs. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get to it before she gets here, but I'm gonna do that in 2024. So hopefully like the start of 2024, because by that point she'll be like 3 to 4 months old. So we'll see. We'll kind of go from there, and hopefully it'll help people and like give any type of guidance, because I was reading so many blogs and watching so many YouTubers and just trying to find anything to help me or give me any kind of guidance, and it's not out there. If you know of someone, please send them to me, because I would love to chat with them. Logan and I have also talked about creating kind of ebooks of just really tiny, that have our favorite just cancer helpful tips. So like, I want to make your first appointment with an oncologist questions list. So just very overarching general questions that cancer patients might want to ask. Nothing obviously in either of these, like any of the ebooks or the programs, are diagnosis based, medication based, or like suggesting any of those. It's just general overall. If these help, they help. If they don't apply to you, just like ignore them. We've also talked about doing a caregiver one, because Logan had no resources and he really wished that he had. So we can put in like helpful things that the caregiver can do, ways to ask questions, gifts that can be given, because a lot of people ask the caregiver. I have a whole list on my phone. This has been like a year in the making. So anytime I have ideas, it goes on my list for when I start building the program. I wish I had anything to show you with her nursery, but I have nothing. Like I said, we were financially not ready for a baby, and just no. So my baby shower is this month, and I actually go in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited to go back to Utah in general, and it'll just help a lot with the stuff that we need to get. And I have a friend who's actually throwing me a baby shower here in Texas, which is so nice, and it makes me feel so supportive and so loved, and just, it's so nice for her to even do that. And it'll also help us a lot to be able to like be ready for baby. A couple people that I've like invited to our baby shower have already sent stuff, and just because I'm out of state, like it was just easier to do an Amazon registry so that I'm not bringing stuff back with me from Utah, because that would be so expensive. I don't know, it just makes me so excited every time we get something, and Logan and I switch off with opening it. And so anytime we get an Amazon package, we ask each other whose turn it is. And it's just so fun to like get binkies or our diaper bag, stuff like that, or see that people contributed to like our sound machine, or just all the things. It's just so helpful, and we're so grateful for it. Oh, like the receiving blanket, and just, I'm so excited to just put my baby in it. That's essentially where we're at. That was a very long-winded update, but is kind of necessary for this video. I should say that her size, they can't tell me if it's cancer related, because technically her egg has had a lot of chemo. So like, they don't know if that's contributing to this. Maybe I just make really small babies. Maybe she's just a really small baby, stuff like that. So they just can't tell me. So I don't know if that's a residual thing from all the chemo treatments I've done. I appreciate all of you that came back to watch this video, and those of you who like commented on our baby reveal post on Instagram or the actual video. We're very shocked and we're very grateful, and we cannot believe that this happened in general, because as I said in that video, she had a 0.6% chance to even happen. So that's less than 1%. So like, it's a legit miracle that she is even a thing. Logan is gone a lot this summer for military stuff, and so you're gonna be hanging out with me a lot. Thank you again for supporting us and loving on us and being there like with us. You're one of my family or friends who have just seen our whole story and just always showed up for us. I'm just very grateful. I can always think of multiple people who have never left. Not that they ever had to do anything big. It's just they just were always there and checking in and or commenting or just like staying up to date, but showing that they were keeping up to date. I don't know. That's very helpful to see someone stay throughout your entire journey. And if you're new, hey, I've had a very whirlwind of a life so far in 26 years of my very short life so far. If you're very confused, I've had stage 4 cancer twice. I told Logan when she comes, she may just have like a very hard first going at life being so small. Like we don't know what that looks like for her, obviously, because again, we're just week by week basis. But he said, well, she'll fit right in, won't she? Like in our family. Because we just have a really hard go at life in general, and we're just very good at trials. Okay, I was recording so long that my camera just stopped recording. So this is where I'm gonna say goodbye, and thank you again for loving on us and loving our family and being here and supporting us and watching this video, and just thanks. Thanks for being here, and hopefully this video was semi-interesting given like all the updates. Not a lot of visually interesting stuff, but at least, I don't know, whatever. Thanks for being here.